Welcome to Daily News Brief, your clear, concise look at today's top headlines. If you find this update helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a story that matters.
Security footage has emerged showing sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson shoving her boyfriend Christian Coleman at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport.
This incident, which took place on July 27th, led to Richardson's arrest and a charge of fourth-degree domestic assault.
The case has since been cleared.
The video, published by TMZ, shows Richardson repeatedly shoving Coleman as they walked through the airport concourse.
At one point, she even pushed him into a large pole.
Police arrested Richardson after reviewing the security footage.
She was held in the South Correctional Entity in Des Moines, Washington for nearly 24 hours before being released on July 28.
Coleman reportedly declined to press charges.
Although they publicly announced their relationship in February, Coleman reportedly told police they have been together for 2 years.
Washington state law mandates arrests in domestic violence cases if police respond within 4 hours.
Following the incident, Richardson competed in the United States of America Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon.
She advanced to the semifinals of the women's 100-meter race but later withdrew.
She also competed in the 200-meter race but did not qualify for the finals.
The United States of America Track and Field acknowledged awareness of the incident but offered no further comment at the time.
They have not yet commented on the released video.
As the reigning world champion in the 100 meters, Richardson will automatically qualify for the World Championships in Tokyo this September.
0% APR loans can seem attractive, allowing purchases without immediate interest payments.
However, these deals can negatively impact your finances in several ways.
The obvious risk is high interest rates if the balance is not repaid on time.
But there is a more subtle danger: unintended spending.
The ease of 0% financing can encourage purchases you would not normally make.
This is further exacerbated by advertising and the desire to keep up with others.
With no immediate cost, it is tempting to spend more freely.
This can divert money from investments like index funds, impacting long-term savings.
Over time, this can hinder your ability to build a sufficient retirement nest egg.
Another risk is becoming comfortable with debt, even without interest.
While debt can be useful for investments, using it for discretionary spending can be problematic.
The money used to repay the debt could have been invested elsewhere.
Some people utilize multiple credit cards with 0% APR offers.
While these can be helpful for debt consolidation, they can also create a habit of borrowing.
This can lead to a cycle of debt that is difficult to break.
Therefore, it is important to consider the long-term implications before using 0% financing.
Careful budgeting and spending habits are crucial to avoid financial pitfalls.
Consider if the purchase is truly necessary and if you can comfortably repay the balance on time.
United Airlines temporarily grounded all domestic flights due to a technical malfunction in their weight and balance system on Wednesday evening.
The airline issued a statement acknowledging the technology issue and assuring customers that safety remained their top priority.
United confirmed that flights already in the air would not be impacted by the ground stop.
Several hours later, United announced via social media that the technical issue had been resolved.
The airline stated that they were working to get customers to their destinations and expected some residual delays.
Despite the quick resolution, many passengers faced significant disruptions and expressed their frustration online.
One passenger reported being stuck on the tarmac at Denver International Airport for over an hour, with no updates from United Airlines.
Another traveler described the situation as unbearable and urged the airline to allow passengers to deplane.
A third passenger pleaded with United for an update, noting that thousands of customers were stranded without information.
In response, United explained that the ground stop was necessary to manage gate availability at arrival airports.
They apologized for the inconvenience and reiterated their commitment to restoring normal operations as quickly and safely as possible.
The incident highlighted the impact of technical issues on air travel and the importance of clear communication with affected passengers.
This event caused widespread disruption and frustration for many United Airlines customers.
The incident underscored the importance of robust technology systems in the aviation industry.
Hopefully, United Airlines will implement measures to prevent similar incidents in the future.
This situation certainly emphasizes the need for airlines to prioritize passenger communication during disruptions.
Tata Consultancy Services, a large Indian outsourcing company, recently announced job cuts impacting over 12,000 employees.
Experts believe this signals a larger trend driven by artificial intelligence, potentially eliminating around 500,000 jobs in the $283 billion outsourcing sector within the next few years.
While Tata Consultancy Services attributes the 2% workforce reduction to skill mismatches, not artificial intelligence-related productivity gains, experts see it differently.
They view these layoffs, the largest ever by India's top private employer, as a sign of future changes in this labor-intensive sector.
Approximately 12,200 middle and senior management jobs at Tata Consultancy Services will be lost.
This industry has been instrumental in building India's middle class, and artificial intelligence is being used increasingly.
Artificial intelligence is impacting tasks from basic coding and manual testing to customer support.
As of March 2025, the sector employed 5.67 million people and contributed over 7% to India's gross domestic product.
It has a significant multiplier effect, influencing both direct and indirect jobs and driving consumption in the world's fifth largest economy.
Historically, this sector has absorbed many of India's engineers, but this is expected to change.
Increased use of artificial intelligence will boost efficiency and necessitate new skills.
Many current employees lack these skills, according to industry veterans, analysts, and staffing firms.
Constellation Research founder and chairman Ray Wang describes this as a massive transition that will transform white-collar work.
He, along with other experts, warns of more potential layoffs.
The most vulnerable employees are those in management roles with limited technical knowledge.
Those responsible for software testing and user-friendliness, along with infrastructure management providing technical support, are also at risk.
A woman was arrested for allegedly stealing over $1,000 worth of merchandise from an Orange County grocery store.
The suspect was identified as Sabrina Farn, age 25, of Costa Mesa, according to the Irvine Police Department.
On July 27th, the woman was seen entering a Whole Foods market on Irvine Center Drive in Irvine.
She began clearing the shelves of supplements and probiotics and loading the items into her shopping cart.
She is accused of heading to the self-checkout lane and scanning only several items.
She then left the store with over $1,000 worth of unpaid merchandise, police said.
After receiving tips from the public, police were able to identify Farron as the suspect.
On August 7th, she was located and arrested for grand theft.
This incident occurred at a Whole Foods market located on Irvine Center Drive in Irvine.
The stolen merchandise consisted primarily of supplements and probiotics.
The value of the stolen goods exceeded $1,000, leading to the grand theft charge.
Ms. Fan is a resident of Costa Mesa, California.
The Irvine Police Department investigated this case and apprehended the suspect.
The public played a role in identifying Ms. Fan by providing tips to the authorities.
Anyone with further information on the case can contact Investigator Voigt at svoigt@cityofirvine.org.
This concludes our report on this incident.
A woman is accused of shoplifting over $100 worth of merchandise from a Publix store with a young child present.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office reports the incident occurred around 6:30 post-meridiem on July 5th.
The Publix store is located at 1200 Champions Drive near Davenport, Florida.
After allegedly stealing the merchandise, the suspect was confronted by another woman.
The suspect then struck the woman twice and pushed her before fleeing.
The suspect departed in a dark-colored Wagoneer vehicle.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office believes 2 other women present may be witnesses or suspects.
They are encouraged to contact the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Anyone with information about the crime is asked to contact Detective Weishi.
Detective Weishi can be reached by telephone at area code 863-236-3900.
Information can also be sent by email to dwyich@polksheriff.org.
Anonymous tips can be submitted through Heartland Crime Stoppers.
Callers can dial 1-888-400-8477.
Tips can also be submitted through their website or the P3 Tips mobile application.
This information was provided by the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
The young child present during the incident is not considered a suspect.
Kelly Clarkson's former husband, Brandon Blackstock, recently passed away at age 48 after a private 3-year battle with melanoma.
His management company, Starstruck, released a statement confirming his passing and highlighting his courageous fight against the disease.
Melanoma, often referred to as black tumor, is the most dangerous form of skin cancer.
It claims the lives of approximately 8,000 Americans annually.
Many skin cancers, such as basal cell carcinoma, typically remain localized to the skin and do not spread.
However, melanoma is different because it has a high potential to metastasize or spread to other parts of the body.
This spread occurs through the bloodstream and lymphatic system, affecting other organs and tissues.
The risk of melanoma spreading depends on factors like the tumor's size and stage, the patient's age, and their overall health, including immune system function.
Melanoma can manifest as a new mole, a changing mole, or a spot with an irregular shape, border, or color.
These spots often exhibit shades of brown, black, or even pink, red, or white.
When examining moles, remember the ABCDEs of melanoma: asymmetry, border irregularity, color variability, diameter greater than 6 millimeters, and evolution.
Regular skin checkups are crucial, as many benign moles can appear large or irregular, while some melanomas may not have pigment.
Melanoma can affect people of all skin colors and ethnicities, but lighter skin significantly increases the risk.
The lifetime risk for white individuals is 1 in 33, compared to 1 in 1,000 for black individuals.
This disparity is due to melanin, the pigment that protects against ultraviolet damage, being less prevalent in lighter skin.
Other risk factors include being male, having multiple moles, family history of melanoma, and a history of severe sunburns, especially during childhood.
An Australian scientist suggests that probability is a key factor in the disappearances attributed to the Bermuda Triangle.
He is not alone in this assessment, as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association and Lloyd's of London share similar views.
Considering weather conditions and potential pilot error, Karl Kruselnicki dismisses the notion of a supernatural Bermuda Triangle phenomenon.
Over 50 ships and 20 planes have vanished in the Bermuda Triangle over the past century, each case fueling various conspiracy theories.
This area is roughly defined by Florida, Bermuda, and the Greater Antilles.
Kruselnicki, along with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, believes there is no real mystery to the Bermuda Triangle.
They argue that the loss of ships and aircraft in this region is statistically consistent with other well-traveled areas.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association stated in 2010 that there is no evidence of a higher frequency of mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle.
Kruselnicki has echoed this sentiment since 2017, emphasizing the high volume of traffic in a challenging navigational area.
He asserts that the percentage of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is comparable to other areas worldwide, citing support from Lloyd's of London and the United States Coast Guard.
Lloyd's of London has reportedly held this view since the 1970s.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association attributes most Bermuda Triangle disappearances to environmental factors.
These include the Gulf Stream's volatile weather patterns, the complex navigation around Caribbean islands, and potential magnetic compass deviations.
The United States Navy and Coast Guard maintain that there are no supernatural explanations for maritime disasters.
They believe natural forces combined with human error are more likely causes than extraordinary phenomena.
Kruselnicki has consistently emphasized this perspective since 2017, reiterating that the statistical data does not support the supernatural theories.
The White House will clarify its position on import tariffs for gold bars following industry concerns and halted deliveries of bullion to the United States.
Confusion arose from a ruling on the United States Customs and Border Protection Service website, suggesting certain gold bars could be subject to country-specific tariffs.
This ruling indicated that commonly traded gold bars might face tariffs, potentially disrupting global supply chains.
The White House plans to address this with an executive order, clarifying what it calls misinformation regarding these tariffs.
The Customs and Border Protection ruling specifically mentioned cast gold bars from Switzerland, a major refining hub, now facing a 39% tariff.
This ruling affects 1 kilogram and 100 troy ounce bars, the most traded sizes in the United States futures market.
The Swiss Association of Precious Metals Manufacturers and Traders confirmed this clarification applies to all countries exporting these bars to the United States.
With a 39% tariff, Exports of gold bars to the United States will likely cease, impacting Switzerland and the global industry.
While Switzerland serves as a refining hub, Great Britain hosts the largest over-the-counter gold trading center, with South Africa and Canada as significant gold producers.
This potential tariff has been compared to disrupting a well-functioning engine, with some speculating it could be an error.
A major Swiss refinery has already halted deliveries to the United States in response to the ruling, and other industry players have followed suit.
The industry hopes the forthcoming executive order will resolve the current uncertainty surrounding these tariffs.
High gold stocks in COMEX-owned warehouses currently protect United States gold futures, a result of increased inflows as traders hedged against potential tariffs.
These inventories are significantly higher than normal, mitigating immediate liquidity concerns.
However, the long-term implications of these tariffs remain a topic of discussion and concern within the gold market.
The executive order is anticipated to provide further clarity and direction for the industry moving forward.
This situation highlights the complex interplay of international trade and commodity markets.
It also underscores the importance of clear communication and regulatory guidance in maintaining market stability.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has seen a 142% increase in her Palantir investment since April.
Greene, a member of the House Homeland Security Committee, bought Palantir stock just days before Immigration and Customs Enforcement granted the company a $30 million contract.
Greene stated that her financial advisor manages her portfolio and she was unaware of the trades until they were reported.
Quiver Quantitative, a platform tracking politicians' stock market activity, noted Palantir stock has risen 142% since Greene purchased it on April 8.
Greene also invested in additional Palantir stock on July 15, resulting in a substantial profit.
According to Benzinga, Greene had the 23rd best-performing portfolio among congressional members last year, with a 30.2% return.
She credits her financial advisor for her success and dismissed criticism as laughable.
The significant rise in Palantir stock value following Greene's investment raises questions about the timing of her purchase.
The surge occurring days before Immigration and Customs Enforcement awarded Palantir a large contract is noteworthy.
However, Greene maintains she was not aware of the trades until after they were reported, attributing the decisions to her advisor.
This situation highlights potential conflicts of interest with politicians' stock market activities, a topic of recent debate.
Greene also made another investment in Palantir stock later in July, which has also proven profitable for her.
Her portfolio performance has been noteworthy compared to other members of Congress.
The platform Quiver Quantitative allows for public access to the stock trading activity of politicians.
This transparency can help to identify potential conflicts of interest.
It is important for elected officials to be mindful of the ethical implications of their financial dealings.
Apple released iOS version 18.6 with bug fixes and security updates, so update your iPhone as soon as possible.
While updating, take the opportunity to re-evaluate how you use your iPhone.
A few changes can improve your daily iPhone experience and prepare you for iOS version 26 next month.
10 settings can immediately improve iPhone use, from quality of life upgrades to boosting privacy.
These changes are easy to make, and most take less than a minute to apply.
If your iPhone feels sluggish or is not working as desired, these adjustments might help.
In the Mail app, you can customize how categories are handled.
For a chronological inbox view with categories, swipe right and tap All Mail.
To disable categories, tap the three-dot menu and then tap List View.
You can now customize the lock screen buttons.
Replace the flashlight and camera buttons with other functions, or remove them.
Options include Shazam, Dark Mode, Alarms, and Apple Pay.
Prioritize notifications uses Apple Intelligence to identify important alerts.
This feature helps filter important messages from less relevant ones.
The Action button on newer iPhones is configurable beyond silent mode.
Options include opening the camera app or running shortcuts.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order granting political appointees authority over billions of dollars in federal grants.
Scientists express concern that this order could jeopardize the United States' standing as a global leader in research and development.
The order mandates all federal agencies, including the National Science Foundation and the National Institutes of Health, to appoint officials to review grants.
These officials will ensure that funding aligns with agency priorities and national interests.
The order also stipulates that current and future federal grants can be terminated at any point.
This includes termination during the active grant period.
No new funding opportunities can be announced until the new protocols are implemented.
The Trump administration states that these changes aim to enhance oversight and streamline grant-making.
However, scientists argue that this order will hinder scientific progress by giving control of research funds to politically influenced individuals.
These individuals may lack the necessary expertise to make informed decisions about research funding.
One scientist describes this as politicizing a previously neutral process for funding science in the United States.
The Association of American Medical Colleges warns that these changes will slow progress on critical medical research.
This includes research on cures and treatments that patients urgently need.
The administration has already terminated thousands of research grants at agencies like the National Science Foundation and the National Institutes of Health.
These grants covered topics such as transgender health, vaccine hesitancy, and diversity, equity, and inclusion.
This executive order could also impact emergency relief grants from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and public health initiatives from the Centers for Disease Control.
Archaeologists discovered a 2,600-year-old clay seal bearing the name of a possible biblical figure.
This seal, found in Jerusalem, offers a fascinating glimpse into the world of the First Temple period.
The writing style on the seal confirms its origin from the late 7th to early 6th century before Common Era.
It is believed to have belonged to Yediah, son of Asayahu, a senior official of King Josiah of Judah.
Seals served as a form of identification in ancient times, used to mark property and prevent theft.
This particular seal was likely used to secure a bag or storage vessel, as indicated by markings on its back.
Remarkably, a fingerprint, presumably of the seal's owner, is preserved on the clay.
The name Asayahu appears in the Hebrew Bible in connection with King Josiah's temple repairs.
Asayahu was one of the king's trusted advisors sent to consult the prophetess Huldah.
Given Asayahu's high-ranking position, it is plausible that his son Yediah also held an important role.
While researchers cannot definitively confirm the seal's connection to the biblical Asayahu, they consider it highly probable.
Such artifacts with biblical names are not uncommon in this area, suggesting they belong to individuals of some prominence.
The seal's discovery provides valuable insights into the lives and roles of people mentioned in the Bible.
Modern technology, like reflectance transformation imaging photography, has made identifying these small artifacts much easier.
This technology allows researchers to examine the seal in detail by photographing it under different light sources.
The findings of this study will soon be submitted to a peer-reviewed journal for further scholarly analysis.
16-year-old Katie Hong, missing from Fremont, California since July 25, has been found safe.
She was last seen at her home on Queens Park Court near Ricks Park around 6:20 post-meridian on July 25.
Surveillance footage showed her walking towards Irvington Community Park from a gas station at Blackout Road and Grimmer Boulevard.
Katie left a note suggesting she might have run away to meet online acquaintances.
The note indicated she only knew these individuals by their online screen names.
They would not share their real names with her.
The Fremont Police Department announced on August 7, 2025, that Katie was found safe and unharmed.
They expressed relief and gratitude for the public support and assistance in the search.
The police stated that Katie is safe and will be reunited with her family.
Further details regarding her disappearance and where she was found have not yet been released.
Before she was found, her parents were considering hiring a private investigator.
The family had also established a GoFundMe page to cover expenses related to the search.
The information comes from the Fremont Police Department and prior news reports.
This concludes our update on the safe return of Katie Hong.
We are glad she is safe and back with her family.
We hope this provides closure to this concerning situation.
Former President Donald Trump held a Purple Heart Day ceremony at the White House.
He hosted almost 100 Purple Heart recipients at this event.
The Purple Heart is awarded to service members wounded or killed in action.
Mr. Trump referenced the injuries he received during an assassination attempt last year.
He commented that these injuries, though minor, were not easy for him.
This assassination attempt occurred at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
The attempt took place in July of 2024, when Mr. Trump was a presidential candidate.
A gunman attempted to kill him at this rally.
3 attendees of the Purple Heart ceremony gave Mr. Trump their own medals.
They offered these medals in recognition of the danger he faced during the assassination attempt.
The act of giving the medals was a gesture of support for Mr. Trump.
This incident occurred during the final stages of the presidential campaign.
The ceremony provided an opportunity for Mr. Trump to interact with veterans.
It also allowed him to reflect on his own experience with violence.
The event underscored the significance of the Purple Heart.
The Purple Heart represents sacrifice and resilience in the face of adversity.
Mr. Trump has often spoken about the importance of supporting veterans.
He has also emphasized the need to recognize their contributions to the nation.
China has become increasingly assertive on the world stage over the past decade.
This assertiveness includes disputes with neighbors over fishing rights and attempts to build and militarize artificial islands.
China has also leveraged its economic influence to gain control of key industries in various countries.
Simultaneously, the Chinese film industry has produced a series of popular movies promoting the image of a powerful and globally dominant China.
The term wolf warrior diplomacy, derived from a blockbuster film franchise, now describes modern Chinese foreign policy.
Scholars suggest a link between these films and China's assertive foreign policy.
The first Wolf Warrior movie, released in 2015, features over-the-top action sequences and promotes the concept of Chinese military intervention worldwide.
While often unrealistic, the film was a commercial success in China, deviating from the traditional preference for historical dramas or war movies focused on defense against foreign aggression.
Wolf Warrior 2, the sequel, became the highest-grossing film in Chinese history upon its 2017 release.
Another highly successful film, The Battle at Lake Changjin, depicts a Chinese counter-invasion of United States forces during the Korean War.
This shift in Chinese cinema toward aggressive interventionism mirrors a similar trend in Chinese diplomacy.
Some scholars attribute this cultural shift, including the change in cinematic themes, to China's foreign policy.
The term wolf warrior has been adopted by Chinese diplomacy experts to describe this new diplomatic approach.
Researcher Zhao Yang argues that China's Belt and Road Initiative has influenced the production of wolf warrior-style films, which in turn reinforce nationalistic views and the image of proactive Chinese diplomacy.
The Belt and Road Initiative is a massive infrastructure investment plan connecting numerous countries and a significant portion of the global population.
This initiative has allowed China to gain economic and diplomatic leverage through loans, asset acquisition, and increased trade partnerships.
While entertaining, the Wolf Warrior movies do not offer unique insights into future Chinese actions.
They do, however, reflect the changing landscape of Chinese foreign policy and the country's growing global influence.
President Donald Trump's tax bill may indirectly affect Social Security claiming decisions.
The bill introduces a new senior deduction, impacting when older Americans should claim benefits.
This deduction could be up to $6,000 for individuals.
For married couples, it could be up to $12,000 if both spouses are eligible.
Eligibility depends on age and modified adjusted gross income.
Individuals earning $75,000 or less receive the full deduction.
Deductions are phased out gradually above this amount.
Those earning over $175,000 receive no deduction.
Joint filers with a combined income over $150,000 see a reduced deduction.
If their combined income exceeds $250,000, they receive no deduction.
Social Security benefits are included in the modified adjusted gross income calculation.
Claiming benefits early could push some over the income thresholds.
This could reduce the senior deduction for those between 65 and 70.
For example, a couple earning $145,000 qualifies for the full $12,000 deduction.
Claiming Social Security early could reduce this deduction.
Careful planning is needed to maximize tax efficiency under these new rules.
India asserted that it shot down 6 Pakistani military aircraft during clashes in May, a claim immediately rejected by Pakistan.
This public statement from India's Air Force chief marks the first such claim since the country's most severe military conflict with Pakistan in decades.
The Indian Air Chief Marshal stated that India's Russian-made S-400 missile system downed most of the aircraft.
He specified 5 fighter jets and 1 large aircraft, possibly a surveillance plane, were destroyed.
He cited electronic tracking data as confirmation, claiming the large aircraft was shot down from 186 miles.
This, he declared, is the most significant surface-to-air kill ever recorded.
He also mentioned airstrikes targeting another surveillance plane and several F-16 fighters parked at Pakistani airbases.
Pakistan's defense minister responded on social media, accusing India of dishonesty.
He challenged both countries to open their aircraft inventories for independent verification.
He warned that such narratives increase the risk of strategic miscalculation in a nuclear environment.
Pakistan, operating primarily Chinese and United States aircraft, has consistently denied losing any aircraft during the May conflict.
United States officials have previously stated they were unaware of any United States F-16s being hit in Pakistan.
Pakistan, conversely, claims to have shot down 6 Indian aircraft, including a French-made Rafale fighter.
India acknowledges some losses, but disputes the number claimed by Pakistan.
France's air chief has reportedly seen evidence of 3 downed Indian fighters, including a Rafale.
The Indian Air Force has not yet commented on these claims.
If you were affected by AT&T data breaches, you could be eligible for compensation.
The claim process has begun, and eligible customers need to file by November 18, 2025.
This $177 million settlement resolves 2 class action lawsuits tied to the breaches.
Even if you are no longer an AT&T customer, you should check your eligibility.
Larger payments are prioritized for customers who suffered damages directly related to the leaks.
Those affected by the 2019 leak, which exposed more data, will also receive larger payments.
While working towards a settlement, AT&T denies responsibility for these criminal acts.
AT&T confirmed 2 data breaches in 2024, the first impacting approximately 73 million current and former customers.
This breach exposed names, social security numbers, and dates of birth.
The second breach, in April 2024, involved a hacker accessing call and text records of nearly 109 million United States customers.
Although no names were attached to the stolen data in the second breach, 2 arrests were made.
These incidents led to class action lawsuits alleging corporate neglect by AT&T.
The settlement covers current and former AT&T customers whose data was accessed.
Higher payments are reserved for those with documented proof of damages resulting from the breaches.
Eligible individuals should have received notification by email or mail.
Claims can be filed online at telecomdatasettlement.com or by mail.
Former President Donald Trump announced a press conference addressing violent crime in Washington, District of Columbia.
He claimed this press conference would essentially stop violent crime in the city.
Trump stated Washington has become one of the most dangerous cities in the world.
He also said it would soon be one of the safest.
This follows a White House announcement to deploy federal law enforcement to Washington, District of Columbia streets.
This deployment is planned to last 7 days with possible extensions.
Trump previously threatened to take control of the city's police force after an administration staffer was injured in an attempted hijacking.
A Department of Government Efficiency member, Edward Korestein, was assaulted by teenagers last weekend.
Trump has stated if Washington, District of Columbia does not improve its safety, he will take federal control of the city.
He did not specify the details of the press conference.
Trump has claimed violent crime is increasing in Washington and threatened to deploy the National Guard.
He has considered repealing Washington's limited home rule.
Data from the Department of Justice shows violent crime rates dropped 35% between 2023 and 2024.
This represents the lowest rates in over 3 decades.
Data from the Metropolitan Police Department indicates violent crime continued to decrease this year.
William McGinley, former White House cabinet secretary, supported Trump's actions.
He believes Trump is taking steps to make the nation's capital safe and beautiful.
Juan Carlos Green, a community engagement manager, stated Washington, District of Columbia residents elect their own leaders.
Several dog deaths in Venice, California, are alarming residents of the popular Los Angeles County beach town.
Venice is a dog-friendly area where people frequently walk their dogs along the canals.
However, at least 7 dogs have died since July after walks near these canals, and 11 more have become ill.
The dogs were reportedly healthy before these walks, with one dog as young as 6 months old.
After walking near the canals, the dogs experienced sudden and severe symptoms.
These symptoms included lethargy, nausea, seizures, weakness, neurological problems, and cardiac arrest.
One dog owner, Eric Torres, took his 4-year-old dog, Chloe, to the veterinarian after she collapsed and had a seizure following a walk.
Chloe died hours after receiving medical attention, and tests were inconclusive for poisoning.
Community members are now warning others to avoid the canals and prevent dogs from sharing water bowls or sniffing the ground.
The Venice Canals Association expressed condolences to the families who lost their pets.
Currently, there is no definitive cause for the deaths.
The Los Angeles Department of Sanitation is testing the canal water, and the county health department is investigating.
Some residents suspect the canal water, noting a strong, unpleasant smell.
A dead duck was also found in the canals, raising further concerns about the environment.
One theory suggests cyanobacteria poisoning from algae could be the cause.
This algae produces toxins that can be fatal to animals within hours of ingestion.
A new study indicates that avoiding ultra-processed foods can significantly improve weight loss results.
Participants in the study who ate minimally processed foods lost twice as much weight as those who consumed ultra-processed foods.
Ultra-processed foods, often ready to eat or heat, typically undergo extensive processing and contain numerous additives and preservatives.
These foods are also often high in sodium, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats.
In the study, the ultra-processed food group included items like breakfast cereal, granola bars, and instant noodles.
The minimally processed food group, on the other hand, enjoyed meals like overnight oats with fresh fruit and homemade stir-fries.
Although the processing levels differed significantly between the two diets, researchers ensured that the nutritional content, including calories and fiber, was comparable.
Participants lost weight on both diets, but the weight loss was considerably greater in the minimally processed food group.
Over 8 weeks, those on the minimally processed food diet lost 2% of their body weight, compared to 1% in the ultra-processed food group.
Projecting these results over a year suggests potential weight loss between 9 and 13% with minimally processed foods, versus 4 to 5% with ultra-processed foods.
The minimally processed food diet was also associated with greater fat loss, reduced cravings, and lower triglyceride levels.
Researchers believe that people on the minimally processed food diet ate less because the food was less stimulating and addictive.
The study also contradicted previous assertions that ultra-processed foods inherently prevent weight loss.
Researchers attributed this to the fact that the ultra-processed foods used in the study adhered to nutritional guidelines.
Despite this finding, they still recommend limiting intake of ultra-processed foods due to potential health risks.
This advice is especially relevant given recent research indicating that 60% of Americans' daily caloric intake comes from ultra-processed foods.
Leonardo da Vinci first described a complex network of muscle fibers on the heart's inner surface, called trabeculae.
After 500 years, researchers finally understand the anatomical function of this heart feature.
Scientists used fractal theory, magnetic resonance imaging, and computational analysis to study these structures.
They discovered this branching, snowflake-like muscle layer influences the risk of heart disease.
Researchers investigated trabeculae using fractal analysis in a study of over 18,000 participants.
Da Vinci theorized that trabeculae warmed blood by circulating it in small vessels around the heart.
Scientists identified common features across different patient images to understand trabeculae function.
They found that trabecular morphology is a key determinant of cardiac performance.
Certain trabecular structures indicated an increased risk of cardiovascular disease.
Researchers identified 16 gene locations associated with blood flow and cytoskeletal branching.
By studying the genome and trabeculae, they pinpointed genes influencing trabeculae formation and function.
This research has implications for how other body cells form and behave.
Fractal analysis is used in various fields, from map-making to botany and telecommunications.
In this case, it helped analyze the branching nature of trabeculae.
The combination of genetics, clinical research, and bioengineering revealed the role of trabeculae.
This research represents a first step towards a more complete understanding of these heart structures.
India has paused its plans to buy United States weapons and aircraft due to recent tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump.
This pause represents India's first concrete sign of discontent after the tariffs on its exports.
A planned trip by Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh to Washington has been cancelled.
During this trip, announcements regarding some of the purchases were expected.
President Trump imposed an additional 25% tariff on Indian goods.
He stated this was punishment for India's purchases of Russian oil, which he believes funds Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
This increased the total duty on Indian exports to 50%, among the highest of any United States trading partner.
While written instructions have not been given to formally pause the purchases, there is no forward movement at this time.
India has said it is being unfairly targeted by these tariffs.
India also points out that Washington and its European allies continue to trade with Moscow.
Discussions on India's purchases of Stryker combat vehicles and Javelin anti-tank missiles have been paused.
These purchases were previously announced by President Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in February.
The purchase of 6 Boeing P-8I reconnaissance aircraft and support systems has also been paused.
Talks for these aircraft, a proposed $3.6 billion deal, were at an advanced stage.
India is the world's second-largest arms importer, and Russia has traditionally been its top supplier.
However, in recent years, India has shifted to importing from Western powers like France, Israel, and the United States.
Luigi Mangione is accused of murder, and his 120-page medical history was accidentally shared not once, but twice.
First, his medical history was shared by Aetna, his health insurance provider, and then by his own defense lawyers.
Prosecutors claim Aetna over-responded to a lawful subpoena, sending much more information than requested.
The prosecutors say they took appropriate measures, forwarding the records to the judge and deleting their copies.
Lead Assistant District Attorney Joel Seidemann described the situation as a double snafu.
He stated that both Aetna and the defense made errors in handling the confidential information.
Aetna maintains they responded appropriately to a subpoena for medical records.
They claim they provided the requested information as required by the legal document.
This incident is part of an ongoing legal battle over Mangione's confidential medical records.
The defense argues the subpoena should not have requested Mangione's health insurance account number.
They claim this information is protected under the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act.
The prosecution counters that the requested information did not relate to a medical condition, treatment, or payment.
Therefore, they argue, it is not protected by HIPAA.
There is disagreement about what happened after Aetna sent the complete medical history.
The prosecution claims their subpoena was lawful and properly drafted.
The defense accuses the prosecution of delaying forwarding the records to the judge.
Republican Representative Carlos Jimenez introduced a resolution to remove Illinois Representative Delia Ramirez from the House Homeland Security Committee.
This action follows comments Ramirez made at the Pan American Congress in Mexico City during the August recess.
At the Congress, Ramirez stated, "I am a proud Guatemalan before I am an American."
This statement generated significant backlash on social media platforms.
Jimenez told cable news network he believes Ramirez's conduct is unbecoming of any member of Congress.
The Florida congressman's resolution is privileged and will receive a full House vote in September.
Jimenez, a Cuban exile, emphasized his gratitude towards the United States.
He stated that declaring allegiance to another nation over the United States disqualifies a member from serving on the Homeland Security Committee.
Ramirez responded that this action was predictable, given her progressive stance.
She has been critical of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and called for her resignation.
Ramirez believes she is targeted due to her advocacy for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
She stated that her Republican colleagues are misconstruing her words and weaponizing them against her.
Ramirez, an American citizen born to Guatemalan immigrants, clarified her statement on Monday.
She argued that honoring her heritage strengthens her commitment to America.
She drew parallels to other members of Congress who identify with their ancestral heritage.
Ramirez is not the only Democrat facing potential removal from the House Homeland Security Committee.
Millions of Americans worry about running out of money during retirement.
This fear is especially strong for those nearing or currently in retirement.
William Bengen, creator of the 4% Rule, offers reassurance in his new book.
He argues that with proper planning, retirement funds can last a lifetime.
Bengen developed the 4% Rule decades ago to guide retirement withdrawals.
He has been refining this strategy ever since its inception.
Bengen became interested in this topic as a financial advisor in the early 1990s.
His baby boomer clients began asking about retirement planning and spending.
At the time, there was little information available on long-term retirement planning.
Life expectancy was increasing, leading to longer retirements than previous generations.
People retiring in the 1950s and 1960s often only had about 10 years of retirement.
Now people are looking at 20, 30, or even more years of retirement.
The 4% rule, now adjusted to 4.7%, provides a safe withdrawal rate.
Bengen analyzed historical investment data to determine this rate.
He tested various withdrawal rates over 30-year periods, starting in 1926.
The 4.15% rate ensured successful withdrawals in all scenarios.
However, this is a conservative number and not necessarily suitable for everyone.
Bengen did not anticipate the 4% rule becoming a widely accepted standard.
A relaxing afternoon at an Indian waterfall turned chaotic when a snake swam through a crowded pool.
This incident occurred on June 14 at Kempty Falls in Missouri, sending visitors scrambling.
A video of the event quickly went viral on Instagram, sparking widespread shock and disbelief.
While social media users speculated the snake was non-venomous, officials have not confirmed the species.
No injuries were reported or shown in the video.
However, the incident raises concerns about wildlife safety and human activity at tourist attractions.
Experts say such encounters are becoming more common as human development encroaches on natural habitats.
Factors like growing populations, tourism, and construction near natural areas increase human-wildlife contact.
Climate change also plays a role, as rising temperatures and shrinking habitats force animals to seek resources in human-populated areas.
This particular snake encounter highlights the need for better safety measures at popular destinations.
Experts suggest clearer signage about wildlife, designated swimming areas, and more frequent patrols by trained staff.
Long-term solutions involve preserving green spaces and managing tourism responsibly.
Addressing climate-related pressures is also crucial for reducing future risks.
These efforts not only protect wildlife, but also ensure the safety and enjoyment of places like Kempty Falls for all visitors.
Habitat loss and resource shortages are making these types of encounters increasingly frequent globally.
Protecting natural ecosystems is not just about wildlife, it is also about community safety.
A family in Spokane, Washington, encountered 3 moose in their yard.
The moose stayed for a couple of hours, eating, digesting, and resting.
Carrie Ann Kramer was at home with her 2 daughters and their cat.
They observed the moose from inside the house.
The moose were only a few feet from the house.
When the moose approached the fruit trees, Carrie Ann tried to scare them away.
Banging on the window did not deter the moose.
Her daughter used a long polyvinyl chloride pipe to make a loud noise which finally scared the moose away.
While this encounter was harmless, wildlife in urban areas can be concerning.
Such encounters can lead to animals being euthanized to prevent future incidents.
Human development encroaches on wild land and habitat.
The human population has grown significantly, displacing animals.
Human use of natural resources further disrupts wildlife.
Industries like logging and deep-sea trawling destroy ecosystems.
Human-wildlife conflict also affects human populations, especially those in poverty.
The United Nations Environment Program highlights this as a development and humanitarian issue.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.
Thanks for staying informed. See you in the next episode.